You all know, to be a great leader, you must be a great listener. Listening is a core communication skill, and it's truly fundamental for effective leadership. Leadership listening will be increasingly important in the future. Organizations will place greater importance on the employee experience. In the rapidly approaching post-COVID world, active listening, empathy, and emotional intelligence will gain greater importance as employees and leaders continue to deal with this fallout. Active and empathetic listening can improve the employee experience. LinkedIn identified empathy as a key business trend for this decade in their 2020 Global Talent Trends. 96% of the HR and hiring professionals who spoke to LinkedIn say the employee experience is becoming more important in this digital era. 38% identify open and effective management as an area for improvement. Companies of the future will work for their employees, not the other way around. Think about that for a second. But what's the difference between listening and active listening? Let's take a look at the 3 types of listening and how active listening can make you a more effective leader. Number 1 is internal listening. This type of listening is also known as not listening. It's one of the worst listening habits, yet we're all guilty of it. You may be looking at the person and pretending to listen. You might even nod your head and interject ahs or ums. But your internal focus is on your inner dialogue, your thoughts and your preoccupations. A classic example of this is half looking at your phone while someone is talking to you. Internal listening is a sign of poor leadership. You will not be able to process what your team member is saying with internal listening. They will feel that you don't understand or even care about them. So let's eliminate internal listening. Number 2 is focused listening. Focused listening is an improvement from internal listening or not listening at all. This is when you're not thinking about other things or looking at your phone. Instead, you focus on the message the person is trying to deliver to you. You may be hearing the words they're saying, but you're not fully connecting with the energy or emotion behind what they're saying. This will make your employee feel heard, but not fully understood. The 3rd type of listening, the one we're focused on, is active listening. Active listening is an effective listening technique for all leaders. Active listening is also known as 360 listening, and it requires not only focusing on what the person is saying, but also what they don't say. An active listener pays attention to body language and other nonverbal cues regarding the person's emotional state. This gives you a clue as to which topic engages them and which they prefer to avoid. Active listening is key to developing your empathy and becoming a more effective leader in this digital era. It's also increasingly important in this post-COVID world. Most people are dealing with the ongoing stressors caused by the pandemic. Those with coaching support were able to thrive despite the circumstances. In fact, 36% of executives believe emotional intelligence will become an essential skill within 1 to 3 years. So what are the benefits of active listening? Well, number 1, it enables trust. Secondly, it motivates your employees. 3rd, it sets a good example, it drives innovation, and it helps you to make better decisions. Those are the benefits of active listening. Post a comment in the comments section and let me know what you're gonna do to be a better active listener. Also, now that you understand active listening, go ahead and buckle up for the next video on this ride, and that's gonna be encouraging feedback. I'll see you there momentarily.